Hey everyone, welcome back to another amazing episode of Secrets from the Saddle, All Things Cycling Podcast with your host Sylvie, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now before, this is going to be you're going to hear this maybe hours before the new year. Maybe we're going to hear this in the new year, but this episode is all about how to set goals for the new year. Now, this doesn't have to be cycling related. This is actually geared towards life. And my husband and I have been, I don't know about you, but last year was pretty freaking tough on our relationship. I won't lie. It was challenging on so many different levels. I have to say, the kids were pretty good, but it was just more of the relationship thing, business, throw a little money in there, and bam, you got a full-blown, things aren't right? Things aren't getting any better. So, of course, we don't ever want our relationships to end. So what do? You need to put some work into it. So, all right, now, I just want to give you guys some food for thought because we all know as athletes, we get pretty pretentious and selfish and let's say egotistical when it comes to our training, our races, and, things having to go our way with regards to getting in all the training and everything like that. So this is pretty important because there's nothing worse than being a single parent. And I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, but I'm going to say that I've been there. I've done that. I would never want to do it again. I am very happy that I've found, a partner, and it's very important to me that we keep moving forward as partners. It's our 11th year. We're married 11 years this year. And and we've been planning for our retirement. So, you know what? It doesn't make sense to let things go. So here you go. How to set goals for the new year. And here are some tips to put into play. And so, regardless of what last year was like or the year before, what I do know is that we can always start over. We can always start over, and we can always do better than what we did last year or yesterday or last week. We can always reset and recharge and start over. Okay? Or, just implement, make changes. And it's important. It's also important before we get into these tips that you actually sit down and take time to reflect on last year. And that's what I did this morning at 5 a.m. I woke up, and I'm on holidays, but I really do enjoy that hour time for myself. I started doing that. It's probably been a year now. And it's really easy to do. So maybe it's not easy to do. It takes about a week or two for your body to get into the habit of getting up that early before everybody else, to sit, to read, to journal, maybe to do a little bit extra work, whatever it is that you need to do in the morning, or maybe it's just having some quiet time. Yeah, and here's something I found that you'll really like. You'll really think that's cool. So I get up at 5 in the morning. I don't use an alarm. Okay, I used to use a traditional battery-powered alarm, And my husband and I, we never bring electronics in the bedroom because the bedroom is for sleeping and for having sex, right? Not looking at our phones, or maybe reading. Okay, so FYI, if there are issues, it's probably starting right there. So start leaving everything downstairs. Forget that excuse that you need to have your phone for an alarm. You didn't decades before, so go back, get yourself like a little nice battery powered alarm and start using that. Or what you could do is use what I have. So I got this Fitbit Versa, and what it does is it has a really good sleep app on it, or it really tracks your sleep well. I should say that. So what I do is I set my alarm on my phone, on my watch, for 5. But what it does is it wakes me up. There's like half an hour before my alarm is to go off. It will wake me up when I am coming out of a deep sleep over just setting the alarm off at 5, which really wakes you up in the right state of mind. It is so cool. So it tends to go off like when I'm actually feeling like I'm coming out of a sleep pattern, and it'll start vibrating on my wrist. And then I get up and I feel good. I haven't been startled awake. Do you know what I mean? And it's really cool. So if you have sleep issues or you're having a tough time with sleep, get this watch and start using that alarm. It really works. I mean, it rings for about 10 rings and then it'll stop. But I think it rings again. And it registers like when you're up. It's really cool. You'll probably feel a whole lot better waking up in the morning. Okay, so that's me. All right, so here, let's get into the tips, because I promised myself that this year I will make my episodes shorter, unless you're really liking the long ones. Okay, so I already mentioned the first one, write down your goals, but before you do that, review and reflect on last year. So I was writing down like things that I learned, things that I realized, things that I want to do better, things that I sucked at. So things like that. And then what you want to do moving forward. Now, once you've written them down, so you've written down your reflections, you've written down your goals based on those reflections and based on what you kind of want to move forward. And then don't forget to review them in 4 months. So if you need to set an alarm, you do that. Number 2, write goals for different areas in your life. Okay? Don't just write goals down for a sport. Write down goals that here's the 4 areas. Okay? Money, your finances, your relationship, your career, and your health. Okay? Those 4 areas. It's like a little box, each like a little square, and you're going to divide it in 4s, and each box has an area of your life. Now, in that box, I want you to list, or I want you to put a number 1 to 10 where you are right now. Okay? Is your health a 4 or is it an 8? Is your relationship a 10 or a 2? Is your finances a 2 or an 8? You know, and then it kind of is like, okay, this is where I'm good, I'm doing well, I'm above average, and this is where I need to work on. Okay? And then number 3, set some attainable and realistic goals. So, you know, I just started racing and I'm going to, you know, make it win a race this summer. You know, I don't know. or I'm going to start a business, I'm going to become a millionaire. So there's really good dreams. Okay, these are dreams. Like your big dream is 2, but then you have to be like, you have to set these realistic goals to get to that dream, right? Then number 4, more goals that are measurable. So say like a weight loss goal can be measured by tracking progress. So is it measurable? Can you track some sort of progress? If you just started a business, are you tracking your progress? Really tracking. Number 5, design a partner goal. So I was listening to T. Harv Eker and Millionaire Mindset. And what he was saying was, when I'm designing my year, the first thing that goes in there is your family trips, and then your trips with your partner, and then your events or your business or whatever, your business trips. So I sat down with my husband. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do this year with the kids? Are we going to do another road trip for 10 days, which really worked out well this year? And where are we going to go? Or are we going to do multiple smaller trips? And most importantly, what are we going to do together? We should have like at least 2 datecations, I call them, in the year, at least every half of the year. Winter, spring, summer, fall. And I call them datecations because we can't really get away for a vacation, and they're not quite a date. They're like 2 nights away. So where can we go that's less than, about 4 hours, that we can go and have fun and just chill and have 2 nights away, 1 full day. So where is that? So these are like attainable partner goals, or at least if you have a fitness goal or an athletic goal, make sure it includes your partner. Like, if you're I'm training for this race, ask your partner, what kind of event would you like to do? Are you into running? Would you like to do like a charity event? Support your partner on something that they would like to do. So remember, it's not all about you. It's about everybody. And then number 6, reward yourself after your goal has been achieved. So remember, attainable goals, realistic goals, and reward yourself. So with that, guys, I hope you have the most abundant and amazing year moving forward. I hope that all your dreams, you have your dreams ready and you have goals to move towards your dreams. I hope that your health is amazing. And with that, don't forget that if you go to my social media pages, I am doing a January challenge for the month for women over 40. So what it's all about is it's weekly workouts, and it's about easing you into the new year, because we all realize that a lot of New Year's resolutions happen now, fortunately, and 70% of them never make it past week 3. So what I'm doing with my program is that it's helping you move slowly into those goals, whatever they are. And also, there's a component in there where we're going to learn about our food. Because one of the things is, I find that I never like like meal plans, because a lot of it's like, oh, especially if you're getting into a new healthy regime, very foreign to you. You got to do a lot of shopping, cooking, preparing, and nobody wants to do that. So what if you could learn about your food that you're currently eating and educate you on making healthier choices? That's what I like to do. So then after the week of you tracking your food and learning about exactly what you're eating, then you will make better decisions. And so one of the week is a junk food detox, which is like right after you learning about your food, is where you're like, okay, I'm going to get rid of all this junk in my house and replace it with other things. And then we're going to finish off with some meditation, which is going to be really awesome. And that's what's happening with me in January. So you can go to the show notes. Until tonight at midnight or 11:30, you can get this challenge and join me for $59. Tomorrow, it moves up to $99. So go to the show notes, check it out. The thing is that there's live workouts, 7 live workouts every week for you to pick from, a library of workouts you can use anytime, and it's good for the month. So that's the other thing. And also don't forget, I always have free downloads on my Ask Coach Sylvie page. So it's Ask Coach Sylvie page that you can go and download anytime. They're cycling related. I'm going to be adding some other things actually soon. And with that, remember, be safe, love. This is a crazy time. Reach out to friends, reach out to family members. If you can, get together with them. I'm going to share something with you that I told my daughter we're going to do this the day after New Year's. And I heard this on a podcast. Is I'm going to sit down and we're all going to do a vision board. And you know what? Some people might think vision boards are pretty hokey, but the thing is that when you have everybody doing a vision board together in your family, and everybody's putting down pictures of things that they would like to achieve or really like or are interested in, you get to know what they're looking at and what they would like to go and work on or enjoy, what their aspirations are. So even as kids, do it as kids. We have my magazines are all ready and our paper, and we're just going to sit and we're going to map out our year. And I think that in these crazy times, this is something super important and for our family to do together. And to move into next year. So here's another thing. Sorry, I know you guys want to go, but here's another thing my husband and I decided to do. We're doing, and remember, we're working on our relationship. So I said, what should we do? What are the things that we need to kind of work on or focus on, right? Work on, focus on. And we started making a list of things that we would like to, do on a monthly basis. And here's one of the things that we haven't done yet. I'll keep you posted. But one of the things that maybe you do already is a financial meeting, financial date, they call it, where you sit down every month and you look at the books, look at the numbers, look at the income, and, just assess where you are in your finances, in your savings, in your investments, and your retirement, right? Oh, and by the way, January 3rd, I turned 51. I know you guys can send presents. I'll put my address here. I'm just kidding. So 51, and moving into a challenging year. Well, I don't know. I'm hoping it's not going to be challenging. But anyways, love you guys. Take care. Have an amazing New Year's Eve. And don't forget to write down your reflections and write down your goals and follow the tips that I just gave you. All right. Love you. Have an amazing day. And thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to, if you could do anything for me, is go and put a review on Apple. That would be really great. Thanks.